So the oldest schoolhouse out here in St. George Street, when I was in elementary school, maybe like the first or second grade, we went on a field trip, and my mom was one of the chaperones, and I was already creeped out by the building. I didn't want to go in there, but I went because, you know, I was with my class. I really had no choice. I was just a kid, maybe 6 or 7 years old. I really feel like I was 6 years old. But so we go in there, and I remember the man that was kind of running the tour was, you know, an employee of the old schoolhouse, and he was talking to us, and we were sitting in this old timey classroom, and he was introducing a couple of the people there to us, and I saw a little boy standing with them, and I seem to remember he was wearing a black cap, a white shirt, and a black vest, and you know, pants like the man was wearing, like kind of knee length, and then he had socks on. He was old-timey looking, and I was like, mom. And then the man asked me if I had a question. I said, well, who's the little boy? And he was like, didn't know what I was talking about, and I looked, and the little boy wasn't there anymore, and you know, and they all thought, she's just a stupid kid, she's seeing things. He's like, well, it's probably just one of your classmates running around. Make sure all the kids are sitting down, whatever. That seems to be how I remember it. Well, it doesn't seem to be how I remember it. That is how I remember it. But then we're looking around, and they're teaching us history stuff, and I was just kind of zoning out because I was just skeeved out by the place as a little kid. And then we were able to like walk around and kind of interact with the environment. And so my mom, or they told me that they put the kids in the closet when they misbehaved. They had this closet there. And years later, I remember talking to my mom about it, and she goes, they did not say they put the kids in the closet. They didn't do that. They sat the kids in the front of the class next to the teacher. And I'm like, that's not how I remember it. But so we open the closet door, and there is a boy sitting there with blood coming down his head and face. And it freaked me out, but no one else seemed to notice it. So I just kind of clammed up about it. I was just freaked out by it, traumatized. And we continued our field trip, but no one else seemed to talk about it. So then we went to this, my mom took her group, which I was in, to this bar across the street. Not so she could drink, but because she thought it was a place where the kids could get a drink. And we did. We were able to all get a soda. And so everybody's talking about, oh, it was so neato. And I'm like, just like, and my mom was like, what did you like about it? And I'm like, I don't like anything about it. I want to go home. And she was like, well, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? And I'm like, that boy was in the closet. It was the same boy I saw. He was bleeding, and nobody else seemed to see him. And I was really upset about it. And she was like, oh, Dawn, it's just your imagination. She was from New York. And she says, just your imagination. You watch all those sick movies with your father, and then you start seeing things. I'm like, I know what I saw. And then for several weeks afterwards, I just had nightmares about this little boy with blood coming down his face and head. And I would just wake up terrified, and my mom and dad would fight about it. And so anyway, we've been to St. Augustine many, many times since then, and I will not go into that place. And maybe today will be the day I go back in. We will see.
Why would they do that? I know, we just close the door and the kids can't breathe. Yes, they can. That's weird. So creepy. Oh my God, Haley! What? Oh my God, they do
See, she lied to me.
Baby. Look at straight. Oh my God, look at that girl. She's so mad. I already did. If I showed this picture to you,
See, I told her. She said that wasn't true. It's right there. What? Oh, that's mean. Okay, so some follow-up to the story time earlier in this video where my mom said that no, they didn't do that. They didn't put them in the closet. Well, you saw there that they did. So I didn't hear wrong. She either heard wrong or didn't want to tell me that that's what it was. And is there anything else I need to add to that? Oh, I got a diploma from the oldest wooden schoolhouse because when I was little I didn't get one because I don't remember why I didn't get one. I think it's because I freaked out and didn't finish the tour. I just kind of waited for everyone. But yeah, I got a diploma today. Anyway, so place is still really creepy. No, I didn't see any ghost children or anything, but I distinctly remember seeing that little kid standing among the adults kind of in their historical costumes working at the oldest schoolhouse when I was little. And I do remember seeing a kid, and it wasn't a mannequin. I remember seeing a kid in the closet bleeding from his face and head. The kid you see in the video clip, that wasn't what I saw in the closet. Maybe that's what everyone else saw. Maybe it was a dream I had or something, but I can remember that day. I can sit here and close my eyes and put myself back in that day. And I don't remember it perfectly, but there are certain things I do remember pretty distinctly. And I don't know, it was just weird. I'm not saying it was a ghost child or anything. I'm just saying it was weird, and back then a lot of bad things happened to children. So it happened to everybody, but you know, children were pretty much as now very vulnerable. And so, you know, I don't know. What do y'all think? Have y'all ever been there? Any weird experiences? Let me know. But that's my story time, and I hope you watch the rest of my St. Augustine videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!